for those of us who grew up in the scapegoat role, getting in touch with our intuition, that inner guidance, that knowing what to do in each situation can be really difficult, because if you were told early on that you're wrong and that is kind of the heaviness that you've always carried, it kind of, one of the things that happens is you live less intuitively and more in the head, trying to work out what it is that I should actually do in this moment. That's exhausting, but also just I lost that sense of what is it I'm supposed to do. And the crazy thing is that getting back in touch with that intuition these days feels the strangest thing in the world. It's like, checking in, am I supposed to do this? And if the answer is yes, or the answer is no, it's like, that makes no sense whatsoever. And so many of my friends will say, you just follow your intuition, and you find out later on why that happened, or that didn't happen, or why you were supposed to do this, or why I did this. And that's all of my life. And a lot of my life, especially in these last few years, has just been completely bizarre. I mean, I've had a lot of people say, Mark, you've got to write a book. But actually, I make a blog or a vlog. And I think that if I gave the details of my life, I'd get a lot more subscribers. Because it's just weird and bizarre, but that doesn't mean that it's wrong. If I can learn how to listen, there is a lot of wisdom in ancient books and in the Bible. I didn't like the Bible. I always felt like I was being beaten with it. But it says, learn to listen to that still small voice inside in order to be able to guide. And, many of us have had experiences or experienced God as a brutal dictator who wants us dead. That is difficult to recover from. But then the opposite of that, and this is really where my intuition comes from. It's in two gods in the Bible. One at the top of the mountain, who gave tablets which said, you do this, you don't do that, you love me no matter what I do. It's kind of like, that's a weird thing. That commandment which says, you will love me without requiring me to love you. It's like, how can I love someone, voluntarily if I'm forced to do it? It's kind of, anyway, that's the brutal dictator God. The other God is the God that wants the best for us. I always, Einstein said that best thing you can do is work out, does the universe want the best for you or the worst for you? And for many of us, and for me, definitely, I always thought the universe wanted the worst for me. I had lots of people who wanted the worst for me, who cheered at my failures, and who cursed my successes. And when I've been thinking about this recently. That's super, super heavy. It's like, how do I recover from that? Because that's the voice. Those are the voices in my head. That's a lot of psychic baggage. So how do I do it these days? Actually, I think about all the people who are cheering me on these days. Dudes, it's all scapegoats. It's all people who have experienced all the comments on my YouTube channel. It's like, well done, keep going, thank you. And all my friends who have recovered from some sort of role and some emotional abuse and trauma, because we stick together, we recover together, we identify with each other, and actually we learn to trust. I learn to trust myself by my friends who care for me often more than I care for myself, and that is the real trick. So I am needing to trick. I am needing to learn how to find that love for myself, that trust after, you lose that trust. I lose that trust in myself after being betrayed so much. And it's like, how could I have allowed myself to be betrayed this badly again? So my friends that I can laugh with and just about the most bizarre, crazy, fucked up situations, that is how I heal. That is why I appreciate all of the groups online, all of the comments, all of the people who watch me and go, dude, you're doing really well. Because that is the voice that I need in my head. That's the voice I've been cultivating. That it's, you know, when I look in the mirror, this an affirmation exercise. Good morning, Mark. I love you. I give you permission to make as many mistakes as you need, and I will love you anyway. Because it is the opposite of the voice in my head, which says, good morning, Mark. You fucker. Holy, how are you going to fuck things up today? And I promise you, I'll be here to criticize every step of the way. That is the voice of the not real God. And is being replaced by the voice of God, which says, I love you, I got you. There's never a time that I am without this presence, whatever it is, stuff, spirit, universe. The word God is very, very loaded. And if I can trust that, and if I can look back and go, yeah, there's some fucked up shit happened in the last few years, but actually, it all worked out really well. I'm not really quite sure how, so I'm just gonna hang it on the hook of God. It looks like I'm being looked after the whole time. And that's kind of all I have to do today, and just relax into this idea that I'm being looked after. That is the trick. That is the more I do that, sorry, I'm smacking on the microphone, the more I can listen to my intuition, which says, dude, I know this doesn't make logical sense to you, but it will. And I promise you there's an amazing life on the other side. Better than being paralyzed by fear the whole time. My name is Mark, this is The Emotional Alchemist. I make videos to help people recover from emotional abuse, trauma, and the scapegoat role. Find empowerment so that we can turn up in the world and help. Because shit is crazy these days. Thanks for watching.